Down here, the mornings start slow, but the stories never sleep. Welcome to Hot Grits and Haints. My name is Cece, and I am starting this channel as a space to explore the sacred, the strange, and the soulful, all Southern style. You know, here in the South, stories are stitched into the land. They're passed through cast iron pots and front porch whispers. We honor the spirits that linger, the wisdom of our grandmamas, and the mysteries that don't always have easy answers. You may be wondering about the name. Well, the name Hot Grits, that comes from my roots. Down south, grits weren't just food. They were a comfort. And in the words of my mother, they stuck to your ribs to keep you strong for the day's work ahead. Much like the stories I'm going to share right here. And Haints, well, if you're from around here, you know the South has always been haunted by memory and mystery and spirits that never quite let go. The South carries layers of beauty, yes, but also of burden. The land remembers. It remembers pain and blood and things unspoken. The South is haunted because it has a history that was never laid to rest. Slavery, war, lost love, and hidden magic. Those energies don't just disappear. They linger in the soil, the water, and the wind whispering through the pine trees. A house ain't just a house. It's a memory keeper. A road ain't just a road. It's a path someone never made it down. And when the sun sets, the veil feels thinner, the air heavier, and the whispers closer. Now, my mama, she was a very spiritual woman. Not the kind of spiritual that came from rules or rituals, but the kind that came from knowing. She could read the air in a room before the door even opened. She knew things, deep things that she couldn't have known or shouldn't have known without anyone ever telling her. I was around 13 before I realized just how powerful her intuition was. My parents had me later in life and were quite old-fashioned. So we didn't have a telephone in our home until I was 13 years old. And that was around 1987. So that kind of gives you an idea as to just how old-fashioned they were. And I noticed that somehow my mama would know every time the phone was about to ring and exactly who would be on the other end. Even predicting wrong numbers. She taught me that the spirit world wasn't far away. It was just on the other side of knowing. But you had to be still enough to hear it. And if you were lucky enough, maybe, just maybe, you might see a thing or two. She used to say God whispers before he speaks. And she always listened. She had dreams that weren't just dreams. They were messages. And sometimes she'd rub my back and say, baby, I feel something on you. You might want to burn a little sage tonight and stay close to the light. Her intuition wasn't just a feeling. It was a radar, a protection, a legacy passed down from women who knew the world both seen and unseen. My mama taught me that the veil is thin, and sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is trust what you feel before what you see. Now, my daddy, he was an AME preacher, a man of deep faith, deep roots, and deep power. He was a descendant of the Gullah Geechee people, who were descendants from the African people brought to the Sea Islands of Carolina and Georgia, who managed to hold on to their language, traditions, and spirit despite everything this country tried to take from them. Gullah Geechee culture is rich, spiritually alive, It's a culture where the ancestors are always near, where the land speaks, and where every herb, every word, and every action carries weight. My daddy, he spoke in rhythms, cooked with stories, and carried the wisdom of his ancestors in every prayer. He used herbs to heal and psalms to protect. And he knew the meaning of every dream. He believed in the power of prayer and the power of rootwork. In his world, Christianity and conjure weren't enemies. They were just two roads home. With one hand, he held the Bible. With the other, he held the roots, the old ways, voodoo, and conjure. And he didn't see a conflict. He saw a bridge. And I learned to walk it from him. And that's where I come from. And that's what this channel is about. We're going to talk mysticism, ancestral magic, Southern folklore, spirituality, and real stories from the soul. So whether it's root work or dreams or ghost stories or Sunday morning revelations, I'm here to stir the pot. So if you're looking for something deeper, something soulful, sacred, and let's be honest, even a little bit spooky, pull up a chair, fix yourself a bowl of grits, and let's talk about the spirits that walk with us. This is Hot Grits and Haints, soul food for your spirit. And trust me, like my mama always said, it's gonna stick with you.